Comfort is slowing you down and you don't even realize it. This is a lesson that I have been thinking about a lot. And I heard this story. I forgot who it was from, but it goes something along the lines of if you have somewhere you need to be that's under a mile, you choose to walk. But if it's over a mile, you choose to drive. Ironically, when you choose to drive, even though it's a further distance, you get there faster. And that made me think to myself, well, what's the point of this lesson or story? And I think it's about your comfort zone. I think that walking zone of under a mile is your comfort zone. And you're okay with walking there. It feels more familiar. And I think about the times of my life where I've made the most progress. And it was always the times where I wasn't very happy with my situation, where the goal felt a lot further away, and I wasn't very comfortable with where I was at in my life. And doing that reflection, I thought, you know, even stuff like right now, I feel pretty comfortable. Like my expenses are lower and I don't have that many things that I need to worry about as if, you know, back 3 years ago, I had to worry about rent. I had to worry about, car and car insurance and, my expenses and were much higher. And that pushed me to work so much harder where I was doing 12 to 16-hour days every single day. I worked 7 days a week. But now my situation is, expenses are much lower, which I'm very grateful for, but it's made me realize how much being in your comfort zone allows you to just coast. And I think that's what's been happening with me recently. Not saying that I don't work, hard anymore. I still do, but I've just realized how much being in discomfort pushed me. And I think also life is in seasons where, you know, um, there's seasons in your life where you just have to push a lot harder. And there's seasons where you can just kind of take it back and, just coast a little bit. But what I've discovered is, you know, just being in discomfort is not always purely bad. Um, Being further, your goal, your destination, your whatever your dream is further than a mile away is sometimes better for you. So I think going back to, I don't know where this is going, but I think it's important that I've come to this self-realization and coming to think that I should be happy that sometimes my situation is bad. And not not to say that I should be thriving, I should be, reaching for discomfort. I should be, trying to get towards a bad situation. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're in a bad situation right now, for myself, 3 years ago, I wish I could be giving myself that advice. Is just always try to at least look at the good. Where, yes, it seems like it's a bad situation right now, but you might not realize that it in hindsight it's a pretty good thing, right? It helps you push further. So I've just been thinking about it this past couple of days and just thought I'd share it, for something good for me to look back on. And yeah, so moving forward, I think trying to get a little bit more control over discomfort and comfort in terms of in my situation right now where I'm not so desperate for money or recognition or whatever it is that you might be striving for. I think it's important to just look back or assess your situation right now and think about your effort and the amount of effort you're putting in and just thinking about, yes, you are comfortable right now, but always having a target in mind, always having some sort of goal in the back of your head that you always are striving towards. And I think that's why your why behind everything is so important. And I got this from Tristan, who was one of my mentors, who is one of my mentors. He helped me to realize how important your why is in your journey. That's a whole another thing, but I already blabbered on enough and gone off topic. So I think this is this is good, something good for me to look back on. So um, find good in discomfort.